Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to our series of lecture concerning the course phytotherapy, and welcome to the ninth lecture of this series with the title Nutraceuticals. It is worth mentioning this lecture is designed for fifth year pharmacy student, faculty of pharmacy, and Alien University. At the beginning, the word nutraceuticals is combined from two words or having originated from two words, nutrition and pharmaceuticals. So nutraceuticals is defined as food ingredient obtained with the aim of prevention and treatment of disease or in general provide health benefit to human body. And the main objective of this lecture is to provide a foundational knowledge for students in nutrition, pharmacognosy, and integratory sciences. Also, the other importance of this lecture is to show how nutraceuticals can reduce the burden of chronic diseases such as cancer, diabetes, and hypertension, and also encourage viewing nutraceuticals not only as a dietary supplement but as a part of global health and economic system. And these importances can be achieved through the designing of important highlighting important outlines, including the bridging concept or the bridging position of nutraceuticals between food and medicine. And another important outline is a comprehensive classification of food sources or classification of nutraceuticals based on different criteria, including their mechanism of action or their sources. And this will also involve a detailed definition of component of nutraceutical that having health benefit or good physiological effect. Also, in this lecture, we will highlight the market and industrial relevance of nutraceuticals, and also we spotlight on a regulatory research perspective that carried out in or needed in the field of nutraceuticals in order to gain an ultimate health benefit of nutraceuticals for mankind in general. The objective of the lecture nutraceuticals classified into seven main objectives. Number one, define and explain the concept of nutraceuticals, and this involves understanding the origin of term and its intermediate role between food and medicine. Also, in this objective, we need to differentiate between nutraceuticals, conventional food, and pharmaceuticals. The second objective of this lecture is to identify major categories of nutraceuticals and recognize isolated nutrient, herbal product, dietary supplement, designer foods, and functional beverages. Also, distinguish between potential and established nutraceuticals. Objective 3 of this lecture is to classify nutraceuticals based on different criteria, or mainly based on three main criteria. One of them by source, on or by mechanism of action and by the chemical nature. Classification of nutraceutical based on source can be classified into plant, animal, and microbial nutraceuticals, while based on mechanism of action, nutraceuticals classified into antioxidant, antibacterial, antihypertensive, and so on. And the classification based on chemical nature, nutraceuticals classified into carbohydrates, fatty acids, proteins, phenolics, minerals, and microorganisms. Fourth objective of this lecture is to describe key nutraceutical components and their health benefits. And accordingly, nutraceuticals classified into dietary fibers, probiotics and prebiotics, omega fatty acids, antioxidant vitamins, phytoxidant and vitamins, polyphenols, herbs and spices, and minerals. All this included as, or can be labeled as, the key component of nutraceuticals, and beside their classes or their classification, also we will state we need to state their health benefit. Objective number 5 is to evaluate the therapeutic applications of nutraceuticals and understand their role in preventing and managing chronic diseases such as CVD, diabetes, cancer, and neurodegenerative disorders. Also, the evaluation of therapeutic application of nutraceuticals involving assessing their contribution to public health and nutrition. The sixth objective of this lecture is to analyze market availability and industrial example. In this objective, you will identify commercial nutraceuticals products such as Z-Trim, Linam Life, Fenulife, T-Max, and Marino. Besides identification of these commercial sources, we have to discuss the role of food, pharmaceutical, and supplement industry in nutraceutical development. The seventh objective is to examine research and regulatory perspective, and in this objective we will appreciate the importance of clinical validation, safety, and efficacy studies. Also, we try to recognize the need for quality control, toxicity testing, and international regulatory frameworks such as FDA, EMA, FSANS, and WHO in regulating nutraceuticals and regulating their quality control test. In order to understand the concept and the terminologies of nutraceuticals, and to meet the objective of this lecture, the following outlines are designed and divided into 12 main outlines or main headlines. First of all, we start with introduction, and to know the origin of the term nutraceuticals, which is coined with Stephen D. Flicy in 1989, and nutraceuticals defined as food or part of food providing medicinal and health benefit, and the position of nutraceuticals is intermediate between food and medicine, which are not food by the mere meaning of the word, and not as medicine at all. The European medicine law perspective considered nutraceuticals as medicine because they have functions such as prevention, treatment, restoration of physiological activities. And the type of nutraceutical based on this definition divided into isolated nutrient, herbal dietary supplement, diet, generally engineered designer food, and processed product. The second outlines of the lecture is the therapeutic areas covered by nutraceuticals. Nutraceuticals have several functions, including an anti-arthritic for cold and cough, for sleeping disorder, for digestion and cancer prevention, osteoporosis, blood pressure, cholesterol control, pain management, depression, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and neurodegenerative diseases such as Parkinson and Alzheimer. The fifth title or the fifth outline title in this lecture is about dietary fiber. And dietary fiber is a type of nutraceuticals and defined as plant part not hydrolyzed by human enzyme and only digested by gut microflora. An example of dietary fibers include insoluble fibers such as cellulose, lignin, and bulking action. And the second type is soluble fiber such as beta glucans, pectins, gums, and mucilins. Actually, the physiological effect of these two types of fiber work as fecal bulking or for water retention or to increase transit time in GIT, that is the evacuation of the bowel. Another important physiological effect of dietary fiber is growth of beneficial bacteria such as bifidobacteria. And depending on these physiological effects, the health benefit of dietary fibers include reduced risk of CHD, stroke, hypertension, diabetes, obesity, and GIT disorder. Besides these mentioned benefit, also dietary fibers improve lipoprotein value and improve blood pressure, glucose control, and weight loss. The outline number 6 of this lecture is probiotics and prebiotics. And probiotics means living organism with health benefits such as lactobacillus, bifidobacterium, yeast, E. coli, and bacilli. All these living organisms having health benefit. And the common probiotics foods include yogurt, cheese, milks, juices, cereals, bars, and infant formulas. The health benefit of probiotic food is improve or control cholesterol level, contributing SFCA production, reduce diarrhea, and immune modulation. On the other hand, the prebiotics means non-digestible dietary ingredient that alter or altering gut microbiota. An example of prebiotics include fructooligosaccharides, raffinose, and stachylos. And the source of these prebiotics ingredient include chicory, banana, tomato, and olives. Another important terminology related to probiotics as living organism and prebiotics as dietary ingredient is synbiotics, which means combination of probiotics and prebiotic together. In this slide, we highlight one or two of important outlines of this lecture, and we highlight the outline number 7 is omega fatty acids, and number 8 antioxidant vitamins. Omega fatty acids, or in other words, the essential fatty acids include omega-3, omega-6, and omega-9 fatty acids. These fatty acids having important function on blood pressure, on clot formation, and in brain and nervous system, besides their effect on immune system regulation and inflammation pathways. An example of omega-3 fatty acid include alpha linoleic acid, ALA, and EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. And the main source of omega-3 fatty acid include fish, flaxseed, and walnut, while omega-6 fatty acid occur in all vegetable oils beside meat and eggs. An example for omega-6 fatty acid is LA, which means linoleic acid, and GLA, gamma linoleic acid, and ARA, which means arachidonic acid. For omega-9 fatty acids include monounsaturated fats that obtained from olive oil and almond. And as we mentioned previously, these 3 types of essential fatty acids are important for blood pressure, for circulatory system, for central or nervous system, for immune system modulation. The antioxidant vitamins is the 8th outline of this lecture. An example of key important antioxidant vitamins are vitamin E, vitamin C, and beta carotene. The source of these antioxidant vitamins from fruits and vegetables, and they act as free radical scavenger, prevention of degenerative diseases such as cancer, CVD, and cataracts. And the synergistic effect of these vitamins can be clear when combined with other minerals, such as combination of vitamin E with selenium. Outline number 9, and subtitle polyphenol. Again, it is a class of nutraceuticals, and polyphenol include some chemical classes such as flavonoids, phenolic acids, terpenes, and lignans. All these classes of secondary metabolite or nutraceuticals polyphenol have health effects including antioxidant, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, vasodilating, and prebiotic compound or prebiotic ingredient. Example of polyphenol belonging to previously mentioned classes include resveratrol, which is obtained from wine, and EGCG, epigallocatechin, gallic acid, another polyphenol isolated from green tea, and curcumin from turmeric, and chlorogenic acid in coffee, and cocoa polyphenol, and quercetin. The effect of this polyphenol on physiologic effect of this polyphenol include their affecting glucose transport reduction, anti-aging effect, prevention of degenerative diseases. And the 10th example, or the 10th outline of this lecture nutraceuticals is involve herbs and spices. Actually, herb and spices having dual role. They act as flavor or as aroma besides their medicinal value. And properties of these herb and spices also include as antioxidant and chemopreventive, anti-mutagenic, anti-inflammatory, and immunostimulant agent. Example for chemopreventive herb and spices include curcumin in turmeric, and capsaicin in chili, and eugenol in clove, and zerumbone in ginger, and erythritol in fennel, diazogen in fenugreek, thymoquinone in black cumin, and uracolic acid in rosemary. This chemopreventive compound have antibacterial activity against several pathogens, including Bacillus, Listeria, Staphylococcus aureus, E. coli, Salmonella, Aspergillus, and again also against fungi such as Candida. In this slide, discuss two main outlines of type of nutraceuticals. And in number 11, we spotlight on minerals, and the last point or that outline, the research and development in the area of nutraceuticals. Minerals can be subdivided into two classes: macro minerals such as calcium, sodium, chlorine, phosphorus, magnesium, potassium, and sulfur. And another class of minerals is micro minerals, including zinc, copper, iron, chromium, cobalt, selenium, iodine, and molybdenum. The characteristic of micro minerals: they remain intact during digestion, and deficiency of these minerals result in osteoporosis due to loss or less intake of calcium, and anemia due to less intake of iron, and arthritis, and goiter due to a deficiency in iodine. And prevention of this type of diseases can be protected or prevented by taking varied diet which rich with these minerals such as grains, dairy product, meat, vegetables, and fruit. And in the last outline, 12th outline, we discuss research and development relevant to nutraceuticals. And the key companies that work on the area of nutraceuticals include Kellogg's, Heinz, Quaker, Oats, Unilever, Cargill, GSK, Danone, Nestle, and General Mills. Or this considered as international or European companies that having this marketing or production of nutraceuticals. And the critical test for these nutraceuticals include test of composition, safety limit, and processing conditions. And on the other hand, the research in nutraceuticals focus on their toxicity, supplementation effect, and in vitro and in vivo studies. The second type of food source for nutraceuticals is probiotics and prebiotics. And probiotics means or can be defined as a living organism which, when administered in adequate amount, has beneficial effect on the host animal. An example of this living organism and which we classified as probiotics include lactobacilli, species of lactobacilli, and species of bifidobacterium, which are most commonly used in manufacture of probiotic products for their known effect on human health, as well as they're generally recognized as safe. Besides these two species, yeast, E. coli, and some bacilli are also considered as probiotics. Example of probiotics food that available in the market include yogurt, cheese, fermented and unfermented milks, fruit juice, smoothies, cereals, nutrition bar, and infant toddler formulas. And it is worth mentioning that these probiotics are sold as either dietary supplement or medicinal food or as drug, because they are intended for treatment or correction of physiological condition or for prevention uses or benefit. Because of this, they are classified as a supplement or medicinal food or drugs. Probiotic having several therapeutic benefit, and the most two important therapeutic uses of probiotics is ability of probiotics to lower cholesterol level and their ability to reduce symptoms of antibiotic associated diarrhea. In fact, probiotic lower cholesterol level in several ways. One of them, they normalize cholesterol absorption through binding process and make bile acids that can metabolize fat and cholesterol. And the second mechanism of probiotic in lowering cholesterol level, certain strains can also reduce short-chain fatty acids, this is mainly due to some type of microbiota and GIT. Such compounds can help the formation of cholesterol in the liver. And this fatty acid can stop or prevent formation of cholesterol in the liver, or they normalize cholesterol absorption through binding process with bile acid that can metabolize fat and cholesterol. And the role of probiotics in reduction of antibiotic associated diarrhea is due to retrovirus, and this can be achieved through a specific strain of lactic acid bacteria. When consumed in certain number, can modulate aspects of both natural and acquired immune responses. This is the use of probiotic for antibiotic associated diarrhea or due to rotavirus can be treated by certain strain of lactobacilli bacteria, and this lactobacilli bacteria can modulate natural and acquired immune responses and improve immune response to antibiotic and the virus, and end with reduction of diarrhea associated with them. In addition to probiotics as microorganisms, also prebiotics are considered as source of nutraceuticals, as food source of nutraceuticals. And prebiotics are defined as dietary ingredient that beneficially affect the host by selectively altering the composition or metabolism of gut microbiota. Again, dietary ingredient prebiotics are dietary ingredients that affect the host selectivity and altering the composition of metabolism or gut microbiota. And prebiotics include a short chain polysaccharides that have unique chemical structure, are not digested by human, and particular example is fructose-based oligosaccharide that exist naturally in food and are also added to food. And the second example of oligosaccharide is raffinose and stachyose, which they are found in beans and beers. Example of vegetable that contain prebiotics, including chicory root, which is known as the local name al-hunduba or al-muleta, and beside chicory, banana fruit, tomato, and olives. All these vegetables are rich with fructose-based oligosaccharide. And actually, the health benefit of prebiotics are considered indirectly because they generally promote the lactobacilli and bifidobacteria growth in the gut, thus help in metabolism. The third important terminology in probiotics and prebiotics as food source of nutraceuticals is synbiotics. And synbiotics refer to nutritional supplement combining both probiotics and prebiotics in form of synergism. And as we know, pharmacology synergism is when combination of two products or two compounds, the effect is more than two. And the term symbiotics used for products in which the prebiotic compound selectively help the prebiotic compound. And the synergistic relationship symbolized in this figure, probiotics such as lactobacilli and other species, plus prebiotics, which include fructose oligosaccharide and galactose oligosaccharide. Combination of both of them result in symbiotics, which is known as products that works separately in small and large intestine, but synergistically as they increase the overall gut health. Another source of food source of nutraceuticals is omega-3 fatty acids. And omega-3 fatty acids are defined as essential fatty acids that are crucial for body function and are introduced externally through diet. And polysaturated fatty acid is abbreviated as BUFAS, BUFAS. Polyunsaturated fatty acids have two main subdivisions, and the main difference is the location of last double bond. For omega-3 fatty acid, the position of pi bond at carbon number 3, and omega-6, the position of pi bond at carbon number 6. An example of omega-3 fatty acid include alpha-linoleic acid or ALA, eicosapentaenoic acid EPA, and docosahexaenoic acid DHA. And ALA or alpha-linoleic acid is the precursor of the other two omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. And omega-6 fatty acid mainly consists of linoleic acid, LA, and gamma linoleic acid, GLA, and arachidonic acid, ARA. And LA or linoleic acid considered as a parent fatty acid of this group. In this slide, we summarize the natural sources of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. For EPA and DHA, they are found in fish, such as mackerel, salmon, herring, trout, bluefish, tuna, and bluefin tuna, and fish oil. While alpha-linoleic acid, ALA, detected or obtained from flaxseed, soya bean, canola, some nuts such as walnut, and red and black currant seed. The LA acid or linoleic acid occur in vegetable oils such as corn and safflower oil, soybean, and sunflower seed oil. While arachidonic acid, ARA, occur in animal products such as meat, poultry, eggs, and algae, and another aquatic plant. So the EPA and DHA occur in considered as fatty fish, while linoleic acid, ALA and LA, considered as vegetable or vegetable oil, while arachidonic acid occur in animal product. The biological function of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, they have several biological functions ranging from regulating blood pressure and blood clotting, development and functioning of brain and nervous system, an important role in immune regulation and inflammation. In general, the difference between icosanoid obtained from omega-6 and another icosanoid obtained from omega-3 fatty acids. And in general, icosanoid obtained from omega-6 fatty acids considered as pro-inflammatory mediators, while icosanoid obtained from omega-3 are considered as anti-inflammatory agent. Besides omega-6 and omega-3, there are another third class of important dietary fatty acid, which is named as omega-9 fatty acid or omega-9 monounsaturated fat. This type of fatty acid induce several positive health outcomes, such as reduction of cardiovascular diseases, increase in HDL cholesterol, increasing metabolism, and elimination of plaque from arteries. They can participate in reduction of atherosclerosis. In this slide, we summarize the three classes of omega fatty acids, including omega-3, omega-6, and omega-9 fatty acids. The source and type, besides the physiological or the positive health effect of omega-3, include the type actually for omega-3 considered as polyunsaturated fatty acid. Also omega-6 also classified as polyunsaturated fatty acid, while omega-9 classified as monounsaturated fatty acid. The dietary source of omega-3 can be occurred in oil of vegetable oil of several plants, including canola, flax, and soya bean. Also can be found in nuts such as walnut and in fish, in different types of sea fish, including herring, mackerel, salmon, trout, and tuna. Also can be occurred on algae and in egg. And the health benefit of omega-3 is brain development, heart health, cholesterol, and mood. While omega-6 is another type of polyunsaturated fatty acid, occur also in vegetable oils such as canola, corn oil, and olive, beside peanut, safflower, soybean, and sunflower. Also, omega-6 occur in nuts such as almond, cashews, hazelnut, peanut, pecans, and walnut. The other source of omega-6 is egg, and the health benefit of omega-6 fatty acids is useful for heart health and in management cholesterol level. The third class of omega fatty acid is omega-9, and also occur in vegetable oils such as canola, olive, sunflower, and safflower. Also occur in nuts, similar to omega-6, including almond, cashews, hazelnut, peanut, and so on. The other source of omega-9 is avocado and poultry product beside egg. And health benefit, again, is important for heart health, cholesterol, and besides the role in management of blood sugar level. Another important food source of nutraceuticals is antioxidant vitamins. And antioxidant vitamins considered as principal micronutrient antioxidant of the body, like vitamin E or tocopherol, vitamin C, and beta carotene, which all of them can scavenge free radicals, and they're considered as antioxidant. And in fact, this micronutrient antioxidant, the body cannot manufacture them, so they should be supplied in diet. And these vitamins are present in nature in number of fruit and vegetables, including papaya, avocado, and green vegetable like sabanach, carrot, and green mustard. Antioxidant vitamins act as singularly or in synergistic manner to prevent a number of oxidative reactions leading to degenerative diseases such as cancer, cardiovascular disease, and cataract. And vitamin E, which comprises of tocopherol together with tocotriols, function as in vivo antioxidant, protecting tissue lipid from free radical attack. And vitamin E plus selenium having synergistic role against lipid peroxidation. Vitamin C considered as the most important antioxidant in extracellular fluids. In contrast to vitamin E, vitamin C act as antioxidant in extracellular fluid, and it considered as reducing agent and can reduce thereby neutralize reactive oxygen species, while beta carotene or carotenoid, which occur in tomato and carrot, like lycopene in tomato and beta carotene beside lutein and zeaxanthin, are known to be most efficient in single-lead oxygen quenchers in biological systems. Another important natural source of food source of nutraceuticals are polyphenols. And polyphenols are defined as natural compounds that are widely found in large number of fruit and vegetables. An example of this polyphenol found in food include flavonoid, phenolic acid, stilbenes, lignas, and so on. Polyphenolic compounds in diet affect human health by their antioxidant, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, vasodilating, and prebiotic properties. This is a main health benefit of natural polyphenols that occur of fruit and vegetables. An example of important polyphenol that is studied widely and evaluated or proved their health benefit to human, including resveratrol from red wine and epigallocatechin from green tea, and curcumin from turmeric, and chlorogenic acid from coffee, cocoa polyphenol from cocoa seeds, and quercetin flavonoid from different sources of fruit and vegetable, including citrus species and other type of fruit and vegetables. Another important class of natural polyphenol, they can be grouped as polyphenol act on decreasing intestinal transport of glucose. This includes polyphenols such as catechins, epicatechins, and epigallocatechins from tea, beside isoflavones from soybean, and tannic acid, glyceric acid from or glyceric glycoside from licorice fruit, and chlorogenic acid and saponins. And another important class of polyphenols are classified as polyphenols that prevent aging effect or having preventive effect on aging. And this includes examples such as anthocyanins, which occur in grapefruit and other citrus species, resveratrol also from grapes, and catechins from green tea and other fruit and vegetables. All these have flavonoid having antioxidant effect, and they have deleterious effect on free radicals that cause aging, and by this mechanism this flavonoid can prevent the aging process or delay the aging process. Another class, another important food source of nutraceuticals is herbs and spices. And herb and spices actually added to food and some food preparation as flavor or still part aroma. And on the other hand, they cause they having medicinal effects such as herbal medicine on a number of human chronic diseases. And herbal spices is a very little amount, but it's anti-oxidative, chemopreventive, anti-mutagenic, and anti-inflammatory or immune stimulating properties, which help in reducing human disease like cancer, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, gastrointestinal disease, and other metabolic diseases. There are several herbs and spices used as chemopreventive agent in prevention of cancer, and this classified as spice-derived nutraceuticals, and including turmeric with its active ingredient curcumin, and capsaicin from red chili, and eugenol from clove, and zorombone from ginger, and anethol from fennel, and diazogenin saponin from fenugreek, and thymoquinone from black cumin or black seed, and uracilic acid in rosemary. All these classified as chemopreventive agent can use for prevention from cancer. On the other hand, one of the important properties of spice and herb, beside the previously mentioned anti-cancer activity or preventive activity, herb and spices in in vitro studies they possess antibacterial activity against several food-borne pathogens like Bacillus cereus, Listeria, monocytogenes, Staph aureus, E. coli, Salmonella annatum, Aspergillus, and Candida fungi. Last and the important source for food source of nutraceuticals are minerals. And minerals is known as inorganic substances essential for human body to carry out certain physiological functions. And minerals broadly divided into two groups. One of this group is the major minerals or macro minerals, and the second type, trace minerals or known as micro minerals. And macro minerals considered as a major as their daily requirement to individual is 100 milligram or more. An example of macronutrient and macro minerals including calcium and chlorine, phosphorus, magnesium, potassium, and sulfur. While micronutrient, those are minerals, their daily requirement less than 20 milligram for individual per day. An example of micro minerals including zinc, copper, iron, magnesium, chromium, cobalt, selenium, iodine, and molybdenum. Generally, the main difference between minerals as food source when compared to other food sources, nutraceuticals, is that minerals remain intact during digestion and other physiological functions. And deficiencies in minerals can lead to several physiological or several pathological conditions such as osteoporosis, which may related to calcium deficiency, and anemia, which relates to deficiency in iron, while arthritis due to deficiency in boron, and goiter due to iodine deficiency. The key factor for prevention of mineral related deficiency is to consume a variety or different type of food in modest quantities or in reasonable quantities. And such foods which include minerals, including whole grains, low fat dairy product, meat, and different vegetables and fruit. After we go through different type of food source for nutraceuticals, and we know the definition of nutraceutical as food as plant part used to treatment or prevention or altering physiological functions, and it's classified or regulated in different countries as drug or medications because they having physiological or therapeutic effect. Now in this lecture, on this slide, we focus on research and development in nutraceuticals. And what are the major companies or research companies that work in this field of nutraceuticals or dietary supplement. And in fact, some of major food and pharmaceutical companies that have gained popularity in nutraceuticals market, including Kellogg's, Heinz, Quaker Oats, Unilever, Cargill, GlaxoSmithKline, Danone, Nestle, and General Mills. Research and development is at a peak in nutraceutical field, and in spite of having promising effect in human diseases prevention, appropriate regulation for nutraceuticals should be worked out by health and food professionals to provide the ultimate therapeutic benefit to mankind. Also, there is a lot of food and pharmaceutical companies working on nutraceuticals. Research is required or needed to, and also regulation are needed to regulate the use of nutraceuticals in order to gain the ultimate therapeutic benefit for the nation or for humankind. And the type of effort and regulation and research that needed in the area of nutraceuticals to provide the maximum therapeutic benefit and the maximum safety of nutraceuticals is the quality control test. And actually, quality control test is essential or critical to assess the quality and safety of nutraceuticals, especially for natural component that composing or consisting nutraceuticals. We need to determine the composition and their safety limit. Also, we need to assess the quality of natural component processing conditions. Also, extensive research should be carried out on product safety and efficacy. And type of test and regulation required to ensure safety and efficacy include toxicity test, effect of supplementation, and in vitro and in vivo studies to evaluate the safety and as well as assuring the efficacy of natural product. At the end of this lecture, the importance of nutraceutical lecture is build foundation knowledge for students in nutrition, pharmacognosy, and regulatory science. And to achieve these outcomes, several outlines are highlighted in this lecture, including information that bridging food and medicine, and highlight the intermediate position of nutraceuticals between food and medicine, and also highlight the comprehensive classification of foods of nutraceuticals, beside the key component or food sources of nutraceuticals and their health benefit. In addition, the lecture highlights the market and industrial relevance of nutraceuticals through spotting light on some example of pharmaceutical companies that work in this area, and lastly, the regulatory effort and prospective research that needed in the area of nutraceuticals in order to get the ultimate health benefit of nutraceuticals for mankind.